Hey everyone, we're out here working on the old 34 chopper. Last time I used it, we were chopping corn, and I guess where were we? We put this new belt on, which is brand new, and you can see it's already started cracking, which is wonderful. Brand new belt. This just proves all your parts you buy are junk. This is right from John Deere too. And we were running that, and then the bearing went bad in the cutter. So I went to John Deere, I guess it was last week. I was going to order up the bearings for it. All they are is these little tiny bearings. And they're $140 a piece. So I figured, well, before we order them up, we'll see if we can match them up first. All they are is just a tapered bearing, you know. And then, of course, your race goes inside your cutter here, right? Just top and bottom bearing, right? So, anyhow, I thought that was a little bit ridiculous for a bearing that small. That's like a $20 bearing. But everything's gone that way now. So, when that's here all messed up, then we smoked the clutch, the slip clutch. So, we got to put a new slip clutch in it. When the chain bound up inside the chopper, I kicked it in reverse and broke something inside here, which apparently is this chain. And I found a bolt, but we got to go a little deeper. Because I'm noticing, oh my goodness, the sun, here's there. I'd say the bearing's gone in that. So, I'm pretty sure they're just like a needle style bearing, just the same as what these here all have in them. So what I'm going to do is, well, what all I'm going to do, if I just had to mess with that, it'd be one thing, but these here dogs inside here that engage that overriding clutch, one of them's missing altogether and the other one's got a crack in it, so that has to come apart. So right now I'm going to start pulling tin work off. I think what I'm going to do is take the main gearbox, pull it aside so I can get that spline off. I'm hoping I'm just going to be able to take this ring of bolts out and slide this housing off, change that one bearing. This bearing over here seems to be okay. It's tight enough, so I'm not too concerned with that. But it's like anything, you hate to put money into one of these old choppers, but you put more money into one of these than what they're even worth. But on the other hand, everything you go to look at for $5,000 is junk. So anyhow, we gotta, if I only had a few acres, be one thing, or a couple acres, but I try to limp it through. But where we got 10 acres, I don't really need the aggravation, right? So anyhow, that's how it goes. Always something. Oh, I've had a reason. I sharpened this. Well, I started sharpening the blades. I gotta get a new sharpening stone. I had it. It's got this gearbox that you have a rod you pull in and out for your different lengths. There's a chart, I guess, for it. It's the old chart. So it always was in one position. I could never get it out. Well, then I took the hammer and I hit it and knocked it out, but then it wouldn't line up to a spot. So I believe that just threw it into basically high gear because you had really long, it was chopping really long. So I got it back to where it was, but I see the reason it was that way is this line on that shaft, it's gotten twisted, which I can't understand how it did. But we're gonna get it apart, maybe clean the shaft up. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. It's twisted so it engages that way. I'm not sure. Yeah, I gotta pull this all off anyway, all them gears. Pull this cover off and then get out that bearing. So before I order any parts up, I want to get it apart and see exactly what I need. All that stuff's got to come from Mother Deere. So yeah, just how it is. So while I get the part, I can pound out some of this tin work that was hit before I bought it. But we'll get to it. Just like anything, you keep working at it. It's worth absolutely nothing if they're not running, and it's not worth much when they are running. So I say that's when you're selling something, when you're going to buy something, a little different. Seems that way anyways. But not much of a selection of choppers out there, so one way or another, get this one fixed. If nothing else, I could sell it, but that's a little disheartening though. Brand new belt. I think that was $400 for that one belt. Can't remember now, it was about that, but look at that cracking already. Isn't that crazy? That's got an acre on it. Pretty sad. But anyhow, this one here's missing a piece of rubber on it. I'm not too worried about that. But I have a 3-row I bought at an auction, so I'm thinking about stripping it all down and then have some of the parts. I was hoping this cutter mechanism is the same, but it's not. Well, according to the part numbers. But I mean, all that needs is a couple bearings. But I thought it was a little ridiculous for $140 bearings. I mean, you can see the size of that bearing, right? I don't even know if that's inch shaft. It's a tiny little bearing, but anyways, it's always something. So we'll talk at you later. Oh, here we are. We ended up unbolting all the shields, unbolted this gearbox, slid it apart so we can get it away from this here gearbox. This is the reverser box. So then I had to unbolt the whole box and then slide it out so we could get this here. This is these dogs I was talking about. See, this one here is gonna, can you see it? Got a crack through that one. That one's missing altogether. So that has to be fixed no matter what. Now we're just a matter of pulling this here apart, which is coming apart pretty good. Here, Timmy, want to hold that for me? Look at the gearbox. Look at the gearbox down in here. Pull it apart. Just like that. One piece there. That's okay. So right down inside here, this is the bearing that I'm after. There's a chain there that's all busted to pieces. So all kinds of stuff to fix. So here we are. Pretty easy to see what happened, I guess. When I reversed it, of course, this is your reverse mechanism. So when that's back, that's in forward. And then when you pull the lever, it slides this way, which engages this gear. You hear it clicking as it goes. And then that is a chain drive, which runs us here backwards and reverses it, which is kind of cool. Yeah. So, I got the bearing out in here, just a needle style bearing. Where's it right here? Not much left to it. So that one's got to come from Mother Deere. CO for it. So, all that aggravation. This is the shaft here that runs so you can adjust your length. You can see she's bent, or it's true, but it's twisted. So I really should put a new one in it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna or not. It's like $700, and so all I have is just the one length that I can use, right? So the one length I had was going to be centered out. Pretty nice. A cut of 9/16. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I can only use that third hole. So, not sure if it's really worth it. We'll decide, I guess. So, anyhow, that's about it for now. Get cleaned up. I gotta run the kids and give them something to eat, and then I'll come back, pick tools up. So, could be worse. John Deere does make good gaskets, or uses good gaskets. I haven't ruined a gasket yet, so that's nice. I don't have to worry about that shit. So, just how she goes. Anyhow, piece of chain and a couple bearings. Some new dogs in here. Let's see how they come apart. They press back the other way, so took it out. So yeah, looks simple. Probably $1,000. Always is something. What, buddy? What?
I don't know corn shopping today.
No, we ain't going corn shopping today. I wish. So yeah, we'll talk at you later.